This thing on? This thing on? I don't know. I'm going to go with it. Hey, what's up? It's me, Animal. Only on Animal Expedition Files. See you there. Wow, there was a big delay there. I'm having major technical difficulties here, but welcome to the show anyways. We're going to try to make this work as much as possible. But how's it going? We are back on the Animal Expedition Files show where we talk about crazy things, you name it, paranormal, cryptids, conspiracy theories, and of all sorts. So hold on, and we got some amazing guests on here. So if my computer will let me add Ian Stevens, Floor, and Jose, we're going to have them on the show here in a sec. But first, I want to show you a video of an amazing movie that just came out. Ian Stevens, Velvet Hammer. Check this out if it'll load. So stay tuned.
Ain't that the truth?
Nope, didn't play. Come on, play.
Ain't that the truth?
We even lost our only man of the cloth.
You're gonna pay! Right, everybody? He's gonna pay! This town is losing its mind!
Find forgiveness. Find it.
Well, there you go. Can you be heard? Can you hear me?
Can you hear us, Jose? Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
There we go.
Perfect.
You guys there?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So did you like the trailer?
Oh, I loved it. For some reason, we're getting some. Oh, now Floor, no. Her sound is muted. Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
I can hear you.
Awesome. What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. So technical difficulties. Some reason my internet's acting like slow as molasses. But how are you guys doing?
I'm doing great. How about you guys?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
Excited.
Huh?
I said,
Having a long and hard week.
I bet. I know I've had Ian Stevens on the show a few times. We have Floor and Jose on the show for the first time. Welcome, guys, to Animal Expedition Files. We talk a little bit about what's your journey, and where did you guys start this amazing journey on making these amazing films?
Well, I started 15 years ago. But I've been working in production since 1988 when I worked at Universal Studios in LA. And then I had another company I had in California, and I brought it with me to Florida called 1-2 Punch Productions, which is still an active company. It's kind of like under the umbrella. Like DreamWorks is, has the umbrella over Universal and Amblin Entertainment for Spielberg. I have the same thing with 1-2 Punch. which we can open that to different projects down the road. But switched it up and made Cap Studios because I love caps, and we've been pretty strong for it, especially the last 5 to 6 years. The last 4 or 5 projects we've done have done very well for us. We started off with the Challenge, which that was back in 2017, but we released it in 2020-21, and it made it all the way to the Cannes Film Festival, and we won best what was it, honorable mention for best comedy film short, and then we did on Civil War, America Divided, which became one of the top rated films on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes simultaneously. No film had done that in 24 years, where we had over 9.5 and 95% approval rating for Rotten Tomatoes. No film had reached that type of accomplishment. So we're proud to reach that. And then when we released, we had the screening that all of you attended at the Tampa Theater last September 22nd, when we had the history, and we showed clips of some of the movies, and we showed Velvet Hammer, a recent film, in its fullest form of a film, short film, but with as a proof of concept. And then and right now it's taken off its life of its own with all the different film festivals, and more prestigiously next week at the Boston International Film Festival, there's going to be a string of celebrities and people in the industry, a lot of heavyweights, from Wahlburgers to Harvey Keitel to F. Murray Abrams. Gosh, who else? Matt Damon, Ben Affleck. I mean, this film festival is one of the longest around. It's been around about 25 years. It's right in the heart of Boston. And we're proud to say that with Velvet Hammer, we reached the height of 9.7 on IMDb. Got a notification second week of January from IMDb that they congratulated us that Velvet Hammer was one of the highest rated films in the last part of 225 and then 226. So we're very happy and very proud. But there's a mission behind the message in this movie. So it's not the matter of all the accolades we're getting and everything, but it is a kind of thing that can be shared with others, because it's really changing lives. It's really challenging people, their thought process about God and where they're at with life and so forth, and that kind of thing. So it's been doing really well. And as a result of the 200 films that they're screening next week at the film festival, they're highlighting 5 of them, one of which is us, which is great. And so our screening is going to be next Sunday night on the 12th at 6:30 at this big plex they have right there in the, and as some of the people have called me and said, it's right there across from the harbor, right there in Boston. It's really, really wicked cool. You know, right there. You can walk across the street to Old
from the
side. Yeah, you see the from right, so see Jimmy Hoffa. But yeah, the right there is the harbor. So we're real excited about this. So I'll be there. I'm leaving Wednesday to be there for opening on Thursday night with big red carpet, lots of paparazzi, lots of stars, and the cast of Sopranos, or I shouldn't say the cast, but many cast members of the Sopranos regrouped, and they are screening a film on Saturday night. So they're into it. So we'll be there to support them. So some of the boys that were from the Bada Bing Bada Boom group that are still alive are very heavily involved. And Michael Imperioli and some of the other, I don't know if Edie Falco is involved, but a lot of the Goombas are all involved. And so that just adds some more Hollywood type of recognition. And so I've been asked to be a part of a panel discussion while I'm up there. So it'll be, really kind of cool. So that's what's going on. So then what happened as we've been growing over the years, to answer your question, Joshua, is that I met up with Flora a year ago. We kind of knew each other through social media a little bit. She knew mutual friends. I knew mutual friends. So it was just something about when we talked about how she could participate with Cap Studios and work with promotion and producing and so forth. So she's listed in Velvet Hammer as associate producer because she's been working on recognition, publicity sake, and that type of thing. And then with our future projects we have coming up this next year with Nocturnal Spedito, and then next year our big one, which is Rescued Innocence. Flora will be working as producer, executive producer, and helping us along the lines. And with the registry of investors and so forth, we'll have a full-time team that's working on. And Jose is helping us with our marketing and getting us out there, and just making the public aware of who Cap Studios is, what are the projects we're working on, and how we're moving forward. Because not to toot ourselves on the back or pat ourselves on the back, but when you see a lot of mixtures of different people's work at a lot of the film festivals, and some of them are kids just straight out of college, and they're putting something together, and the film festivals act as a good buffer for them to get recognition, especially if their films are good. And then you've got people that are kind of just putting some good solid work together, and then they just treat the film festivals like a kind of like a science fair type thing, but they get a lot of recognition. And there's a few of us that, like myself with Cap Studios, we're really utilizing the film festivals to bring global awareness. So we're really at a little bit higher level, not only just due to financing our films and so forth, but the type of talent we get, the type of productions we run with both crew and cast. I mean, Velvet Hammer alone, we had close to 60 actors and we had 40 crew. So almost a little bit over 100 people work to put that together.
Wow.
Whereas a lot of the festivals you see, the films that are there, maybe have 5-10 people working. I know I worked on a budget film last November that Floor came out to help support. There was only just maybe 5 people, Floor, on Love Thy Neighbor, but it was a great simple script. It was shot mysteriously
Right.
by Fear Fame Productions, and Heather, who wrote it and co-directed it and put it together. And I played one. I got to act. So I'm still in acting as far as that's concerned. So, but the level of where we're at really is recognition. We can take Velvet Hammer. It's only 37 minutes long. So if they want to decide to make it a movie, we're prepared because it can be set up as a proof of concept. So if it means we have to replace a couple of the actors or locations or doing what, because unfortunately for us, Dry Creek Ranch got destroyed in Hurricane Milton last year. The hurricane, the one that was just before that, did some damage, and the proprietor, Les McDowell, rebuilt a lot of it, and then once after Milton hit and just destroyed pretty much everything. So he said, "I'm done," and so he's in the process of selling the property, moving to Atlanta, go back to pursuing his acting career, and sell his property in Parrish. And I'm sure he'll do quite well. So he's got 40 acres, 20 which are dedicated to the old town, and then rest for himself with ranching and beautiful log home that he built for his wife Connie. It's just gorgeous. And so they're going to sell all that property, and a lot of the homes in and around his area are all houses that have 5 acres and beautiful mansion style ranch homes. So that's pretty much what the developer's going to do once they purchase out the property. It's still in negotiation, I think, but eventually he wants to move to Atlanta and pursue his career there. So that's how Jose came involved and how Floor came involved. And they've been doing such a fabulous job for us to help bring Cap Studios and the projects that we've been working on, a little bit of the history of what I just shared, and what we're planning on doing for the next year. So we hope to be including yourself because you're in Rhode Island. And guys, Jose and Floor, Jose is going to play one of the townspeople. So, and he's only 40 miles away from where we're at.
That's
States are small, so for him it's an hour and a half drive. He'll be there in Spencer, Massachusetts, where we're going to be. So so it'd be nice to see, hope in late September, October, for 3 or 4 weeks, all of us working together. So that'll be a lot of fun. So Flora, how's your experience been working with me? My pain in the
that's
butt.
awesome.
Why the sour face? No. It's been an experience. It's been wonderful. Yeah, it's been wonderful. I mean, I just started in the industry just a few years back, and I was blessed to come by Ian and Jose as well, most recently. So we're doing wonderful projects, and I've learned a lot since I started this about a year ago with productions and producing and background talent, and you name it, many hats that I've been trying to wear in the last 4 years to try to see.
So to speak.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. To see kind of where I fit. But I mean, I love doing both. I love the acting and I love the producing and, helping out and promoting and helping everybody in the film industry pretty much, to promote their films as well. We're a big family, as I always say.
Yeah, I can't ask for a better situation that Flora's done for us this last year with Cap Studios. With the screening that we did, Jose was there for the screening as well. And you were there, Josh. You were there for interviewing people on the red carpet. So that's kind of good. As a matter of fact, guys, Jose and Flora, Josh is just going to be with us up in Boston.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
So he's going to do red carpet interviews and do podcast interviews. Especially
Okay.
a lot of the celebrities will be there. So he'll be in his tuxedo and red beard and do this kind of thing. Oh,
You're gonna enjoy that, Joshua. He's like,
right.
yeah, that's what that's what I want to do. But yeah, it's been great. Again, so I'm pretty pleased to know so far uh, what's happened with Cap Studios and what's going to happen in the next few years. It sounds like it's going to be beyond expectations.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Jose, how's
That's
been your
awesome.
journey in the group?
It just me. It feel like home.
Feel like you're,
Uh,
oh, that's cool.
the group became like a huge family in the film industry. Um, and I remember since it was yesterday, like I met Flor in the film festival before party. You remember Flor?
I do remember very
That
clearly.
that
Yes,
we talk a lot and about horror movies. That we are two huge fans of the horror movies.
yes.
And the next day, I met Ian. That he was presenting Robert Hammer, and the movie of Robert Hammer reminds me of my grandfather. That me and my grandfather, we are a huge fan of Western movies also.
That's great.
And the
So what,
reason,
Jose, how do you feel you've been doing so far with your marketing and working alongside Flora and myself? Has it been a good experience for you?
yeah, working every day, telling all the people to follow us, um, share about their opinions about the all the films that the Cap Studio has made. I told them, hey, if you guys watch the film of Velvet Hammer, I recommend to go to the IMDb Velvet Hammer and leave a comment and give us a 10 star.
We're up
He's,
there.
he's been doing great. He's been doing really good. And
Uh,
Joshua, do you speak Spanish too, or no?
Wow.
Joshua?
I don't speak Spanish.
No, I know. Jose's been doing great. He's been doing good. But bilingual would be also amazing for having an interview, right, Jose?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's where we can work with
But
Univision and Telemundo and break into the
Yes.
market. They can see that we have a
Yeah.
bilingual department in Jose.
Yeah. We can definitely need your help with that, Jose. I'm trying to get there with my Spanish. It's not as great as I wish it was, but I'm trying.
Mine's un poquito, que se uno comprende,
Yeah.
expande,
Yeah.
cross, and guarda tu puerco. In mi casa es su casa, I got a little bit.
There you
Hola.
go.
That's all I
Turn it.
know.
Hola,
Hola.
hola, Paquito. Hola, hombre.
Adios.
Te amo, baby.
Bye.
Oh,
No.
mija, I love you. That's funny. Want to mention one of our two people I want to mention. First, I want to thank for Debbie Paulson, who kind of lent her support for the last couple of months, but she has gotten super duper busy, and she is going to be pulling herself away from Cap Studios temporarily for a while she gets some of her projects underway. And so we wish her well, and we want to thank her in
Yeah.
advance for all the stuff she's doing. And our adjustments will happen on our website. So people look and they say, "Where's Debbie Paulson?" You'll see that she's basically made some career choices for herself that she really wants to focus on. So she don't want her to be burning the candle at both ends. But the other one who's not with us tonight is Dustin Wagner, and he's one of our producers, and he works down in Fort Myers, but he's expecting a new little baby boy, Quinlan. And so this wife is in labor as we speak. So that's why he's not joining us right now. So they've had a couple of false labor calls last night and today. And I said, "Are you able to join us on the podcast?" And he said he would love to, but it looks like his wife is looking close to delivering. So they're just going to kind of wait it out at the hospital. I don't know if she's delivered. I haven't talked to him in the last couple of hours, but you know. So anyway, there you have it.
Yep.
But we want to wish him well and wish the baby boy, who's going to be coming. His name is Quinlan Wagner, and they think they're going to call him. That's the formalization of his name, but Dustin said we'll probably just call him Quinn, like Quinn Barton Productions. Heard that name from you. Streets of San Francisco,
Productions.
FBI, a Quinn Barton Production. Yes, of course.
Congrats.
So we wish him and his wife very well. This will be their second child, and yeah, two boys, I believe, boy too. So, and he's getting close to retiring as a lieutenant in the fire department. He works as an EMT, so he also does real estate. So he's kind of, being very careful. But he's also a wonderful actor. He's also one of my acting students, and he's really, really good in doing that as well. So, but he'll be, once we get some more things happening with our brokers in Los Angeles and Atlanta regarding Nocturnal Spirito, all of us will be working full steam ahead. So it'll be really nice because we'll be able to give it our focus to the things we need to do. We'll work out of our houses so we don't have to worry about fighting traffic to get together one another.
Oh yeah, no traffic, Ian.
Yeah, no traffic. I know. I want to open my office here, but no traffic.
Yeah, no traffic.
And so we'll do that, and then we'll probably do our corporate meetings via like this kind of environment. So we'll get everything recorded. So never know, Josh. We might be snagging you up soon to join the team. Be our PR person. There you go. Our link to the podcast world.
I mean, we're still building the team, right? So we still need a lot. It's still ways to go.
We'll build as needed. So as we get into production, then we'll have staff for production and crew and actors. But then once we finish a project, we'll size down again, which is probably the safest thing to do, so that we're not overstepping our boundaries or our budget for each thing we want to do, and then build it up for the next project that we want in case to have happen. So that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So, any more questions you got for us, Josh, my man?
Have a movie.
What's that?
You should have a movie about a podcaster that gets attacked by a ghost or a monster or something.
Scary.
That's an idea. There's a delay a little bit on your side.
Yeah, you're on a delay, Joshua. For some
a movie
reason.
about a podcaster getting attacked by a ghost.
Oh dear, him and his ghost. What, guys? That just goes to show you.
It's okay. I love ghosts. By the way,
let me do this because the delay is.
You need to do some technical difficulties fixing. Yeah, he's on delay big time. It's so I feel like I'm watching a Japanese movie.
Do this because we're
watch your lips
like
then about 10 seconds later.
Getting really bad. Let me end the stream and then restart it because for some reason it's like.
Yeah, we lost him.
Let's go.
We just have to stay. No, we have to
We
stay
lost him.
He's gonna be coming back on. He said.
Oh, so we just say where we're at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because I think he's going to restart the.
Right.
Restart his.
Ian's about to go to bed.
Who, me?
You're yawning. You're about to go to bed.
Yeah, I know. I'm just deciding if I got enough energy to go to church tomorrow for Easter. I may just watch it on the TV or something.
Yeah, Jose's like, yeah, I'm going to bed too.
You guys going to church tomorrow?
Yeah.
I probably not.
Okay.
Yeah. I do all my praying here at home.
Yeah, I do too. Sometimes I get out to church, sometimes I don't, but I'm not realistic about it. So if I get there, I get there.
I think we lost him now.
Did we lose him? Yeah, I think we do. Do we need to leave and come back or what?
No, I think we have to stay, right?
All right, well, I'll stay.
Yeah. Oh, hold on a second.
Maybe he's trying to get back in. Can you text him from where you're at, Flora, and ask him what his status is?
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm gonna go ahead and try and do that right now.
Ability here, yeah.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
Look, Jay, where do you live?
I'm here in Tampa,
Downtown
but
Tampa?
in no, in New Tampa.
Oh, in New Tampa. Okay, a little north of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm in Tarpon Springs, and Florida's in Apollo Beach,
Yeah.
and Dustin's down in Fort Meade. So we're all over Florida. So they can't
Yeah.
get rid of us. There's no way they can get rid of us, no matter what four corners of Florida. We're still a part of that.
You know that Jose is very familiar with fins.
Finn.
Fins, the restaurant Fins. Remember Fins?
Oh yeah. I love that place. You guys spoiled me, right?
Yeah, he loved it too, right, Jose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Hey, Ian, what do you like most about Tarpon Spring?
The culture here, the fact of it being a Greek culture. My late wife was Greek, and it's one of the. We bought the house that her parents owned, and we bought them out a number of years ago, and then so we've been here since 2009 when we moved here from Los Angeles. But I love the culture. I love the sponge docks and the influence. It's one of the highest concentrates of Greeks that live here. They just had a big Greek parade the other day, and the local Congress people, Gus Bilirakis, who used to be our congressman, now he handles mostly every district. So we have what's her name, Luna, is our congresswoman, and Bilirakis handles north. He goes from Holiday up to Pasco County, up over to Dade City, up that way. So he's there. He is. There he's
There
at.
we
But
go.
There it
I like
is.
the docks. I like the sponge docks, and the food is good. If you where I met Flora was at a Greek restaurant. My wife highly recommended, and that was a place called Mykonos. Everyone likes the Hellas because it's well known and how they got the bakery and everything. But as my late wife used to say, it was their food was traditional, but it was kind of commercial. Whereas when you go to
Yeah.
Mykonos, they really get in there and they cut and make the spanakopita the way it's supposed to be, and the moussaka and the fivlaka and all that kind of stuff. So whatever you eat, it's very authentic. And what did you think of Mykonos, Florida? Did you like it when we were there a year ago?
I've been to Mykonos like 1,000 times. Yeah, because I lived in Tarpon before. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So you
I know Tarpon like the back of my hand.
that's right. Both her daughters live there. That's right. I forgot
No,
about.
just the one. Just
Oh,
the
just
one.
the one. The other
Yeah,
one lives in the same prison, right? I wasn't sure.
the younger one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's a great town, and it's a touristy town. And so sometimes I say, "Welcome to Tarpon Springs." Now, when you leave, please take snowbirds. I got mad. I did some blogging the other day on Facebook, and I said, "You snowbirds are driving me crazy. I'm going in a 40-mile-an-hour zone. I'm only going 20. Please leave and take somebody with you when you go back home. Please go." So that's my dilemma here in Tarpon, but I love it. It's a great town. I don't think I'll ever move anyplace else. It is what it is type thing. So
Well,
I
I
thought you
did.
were
I
coming to
moved.
Apollo Beach. You said you were coming to Apollo Beach.
me move to Apollo Beach. I like Apollo Beach. I don't know if
Oh,
I'd have to do a lot of transitioning. I could see. I mean, if things are successful that we hope them to be with Nocturnal Spirit, so I could see probably buying maybe a second piece of property, but I'm not going to spend zillions of dollars. I'll probably get a condo or something near the water.
Zillion.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
I've
Apollo Beach is
never,
getting like that.
yeah. For me, it's
Yeah.
like I'd like I as much as I like the inlet bay towns like Apollo Beach, Riverview, the rest of them. I'm more attracted to the Gulf of America, Gulf of Mexico type residentials. But I want to make sure that my house is flipped. See, where I live in Tarpon, my house is 45 feet above sea level. And we've already
Yeah.
dealt with hurricanes, and my house never gets flooded. We're like the number 4. We're registered D to be out. But
Mhm.
even with Irma and Ian and the rest of those hurricanes that came on through here, I think the most I lost power was like a day or two, and that was it.
Wow.
But got a really good grid here in this. We have our own power grid, and we also have our own water grid. So for us, it's but people that live literally 2 miles down the road, they're right on the water, and their whole neighborhood's got flooded. I mean, the water came up 4 feet in their house, and so I feel bad for them. But that's the luxury I have where my house is, and it's so high that's just kind of where it's at, and it works out well for me. So if I do decide to move, I've always thought I'd probably get a cabin up in Tennessee or Kentucky. I got a lot of friends up there, but
Come
I
up,
really kind
Matt.
of what's that?
Come up where I'm at.
I can't shovel the snow, man. Can't arthritis can't handle cold weather.
He's like, I'm not doing it no more.
No, I'm not doing it. No, I might have a cabin where I can enjoy it in the springtime and the fall time, but nothing in the wintertime. But this year's winter was masterful, but quick. And did you guys notice that?
Yeah.
Not here. It's still cold.
Mm-hmm.
I heard some friends of mine were up in Massachusetts. Well, Jackie Seymour, who's our producer, I forgot to mention Jackie. She's one of our producers as well, but she's up in Pennsylvania. So any work that we're doing, she's going to be helping us out with a lot with Nocturnal Spiritual. She's playing one of the main characters, and she's a very well-known artist in her own right, both acting and singing up in New England. So she covers a lot of people in Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, parts of New York. They all know Jackie. She's very, very popular. And she and her husband, Sean, are dear, dear friends of mine. And we went up there to do some B-roll films of Nocturnal a couple years ago. And we just shoot. We were there in the fall time, and we shot up around the area, and we got a lot of stuff done. And we were there for like 3 or 4 days. And Donnie St. John, who helped produce the Velvet Hammer, I stayed with him last couple nights, but I stayed mostly at a hotel nearby, and we had some great, wonderful areas where we shot. We got a lot of foliage at that time without sound. We just shot, second B-roll film. We did a lot of where the witches were walking across the cemetery, and we shot what's it called, drone shots and stuff like that. So I'm going to look at some of the footage, what we've accomplished so far, and see if some of that, if we can use it, and it helps to save on shooting days, or if we can get the things we need to get done. Because the script kind of grew by a couple of pages, and we wanted to make sure we got enough time to shoot. So maybe we've attained Mark Palladini as one of the top casting directors in Hollywood. Mark's a dear friend of mine, and he works nothing but with A-listers. So he's working at pitching the script to those folks. We're talking the Brad Pitt types, A-listers, and so that'll help raise the level. I've had the script reviewed by one of the top presidents of the studios I used to work with when I was at Universal, and he said, "Ian, I've seen all your work. I've seen your stage shows. I've seen your video work. I've seen this. I've seen that." And I have to say that if you shoot Nocturnal Spirito the way it is written as a comedy horror, he says, "You got a future comedy cult classic on your hands." I said, "Well, that's a mouthful." He said, "Yeah, I can see it easily because it's an homage to Mel Brooks. So it's a lot of the breaking of the fourth wall, double takes of the camera, that kind of thing." And so it would, it'd be very much like Blazing Saddles or Young Frankenstein type of thing, where it's a lot of schmaltzy double takes and corny jokes and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to making it. And so the script itself speaks on its own merit. And Flora, did you get a chance to read the script? You've read the script, haven't you? And what did you think?
What did I tell you? I thought.
You thought it was a blockbuster. Just for the palm hop.
I was crying. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a blockbuster.
No, we can't give away too much, but yeah.
No, we can't. We really.
Yeah. It was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
maybe behind the scenes.
Well, we have Danny Robick involved. Danny's been in a lot of movies. He played Grandpa Munster in Rob Zombie's version of the Munsters.
Yep.
And Tammy, his wife, who my late wife helped introduce, was there. And there was a lot of stuff going on with that. And what else? There was we have Musetta Vander, who I had also in Uncivil War. Muzetta's been in everything. She was in regular on Star Trek Next Generation. She was in Brother Where Art Thou with George Clooney. She played the lead villainess in Wild Wild West with Kevin Kline, Will Smith, and Kenneth Branagh. She played Munitia, meaning ammunition, and she did that. And then she she was in Beverly Hills 90210, where she played one of the teachers all the time. So she's working at. She actually loved when she did Uncivil War with us. She played Beth, and to David or to to she played the lover of the brother that was played by Dan Roebuck. So they had some scenes together. So I had some two heavyweights there, plus local talent, David Saracusa, who wrote it, produced it. And then I executive produced it with the Cap Studios. We put it together. And then we had Andrew Huff, who came in from Tennessee, that directed it. And then Chris McKechnie was our DP, and they did a really great job. And then we had some other local talent. We had Lisa Yambo. And then my son, Jeffrey, played what do you call extra, a rioter when we had the riot act. But he also helped out with crew for a couple days. So that was good. And anyway, so all that to say, we're on target for things that we're doing with Nocturnal Spirito, and so we have Diamond Clarice is going to be. She's part of Tyler Perry's group out of Atlanta, so she's playing one of the professors, and she's very, very, very cute gal, and she's been in the industry for a long time. Once you see her face, you go, "Oh, I've seen her in such and such." You know, whether she was in Meet the Browns or I think she was in what was in. Well, I showed Tyler Perry. It was. To have or have nots. I think she did some stuff. I know she did some Walking Dead because she lives in Atlanta. And then Elizabeth Cooper, who also lives in Atlanta, and she's got a great following from some of the work. So she's going to play one of the witches. So she's, yeah. So we have a good crew so far. And then I'll be pitching out the pitch deck with some of the A-listers. So we should be turning heads in the next couple of weeks and be able to get some green lights and move forward and make it happen.
Maybe this fall, right? Yeah.
We're hoping, yeah. And it's October, yeah, 3 or 4 weeks. So I have to have Melissa Jo Engel is my unit production manager and my line producer, and she's really good about scoping things out, taking a look at the script, and telling me what she thinks. Along with Artie Glack, and it's going to be my director, first AD, and he was my first AD on Civil War. And Artie and I go back to 1989, 88 when we both did our internship at Universal Studios. We actually were tour guides for a while. Part of your internship is you've got to work and know the studios and everything, so be a tour guide for a while. But while you're doing that, then you got to try to lock in some work for yourself. And so I forget what Artie did, but my first was being a line producer for Law. LA, was it LA Law? Not Law and Order. LA Law, for LA Law. And I had an office on the west side of town. It was over at Wilshire and Bundy. I had a great corner office. You look out over the Pacific, and I can see Catalina all the way up to Malibu. And it's sad to say that vision, half that vision is all charcoal because all the houses burned down. So from my vantage point. Yeah. Matter of fact, two of my family homes that I had, my dad's side of the family, it was a house we had in Pacific Palisades. That burnt to the ground. And then in Altadena, house my parents, my dad and his two brothers built for my dad and his new wife, my mom. Within the first year, they built a cinder block home, kind of a stucco Mexican style home, and that burnt to the ground. So, of our family memories, the houses are no longer there. And same with my cousins. I had cousins that lived in Altadena, and they lost their homes too. So it's a very kind of a sore spot with us as far as the government and politics. But that's one of the reasons I moved to Florida. It was best, and people say, "Why don't you stay in California?" Oh my gosh, I can't see spending 11-12% on taxes. Come to Florida, no state tax. I can't see spending the economy that they have there, and plus the politics, the people that are in charge are just absolutely ludicrous. So anyway, I don't want to get political mindset, but we are happy to hopefully develop some projects. I've been doing recently. I've been meeting with filmmaker Angela Kennedy, and so we're working on developing a couple of shorts that Cap Studios have put out, just to have something in between the major projects we can do, at a thumb's pace and shoot it over a couple of days and release it. Those things just to keep our hands, physically working in something. And so she and I are looking at doing a series of vignettes that are just going to have her and I in it, and maybe have one or two crew people, making it simple and easy. Because it reminded me of back in 2009. I was at the Sunscreen Film Festival award show, and John Travolta was there to deliver to the people that won. So they had a bunch of people. We were at this facility in downtown Tampa, and Paul Wilson was there with his brothers, Mark and Patrick, the actor. He's been in everything. He's the lead in The Conjuring and all the Conjuring series movies. Patrick Wilson, Harold from Clearwater. And Paul Wilson, everybody met, co-host. at the screening of Velvet Hammer back in September, and he and I are good friends. And so they did a so anyway they announced the winner, and it was his brother and sister. They were like in their mid-20s, and they accepted the check for like $2,000 or whatever. And they said, "Well, we want to thank the cast and crew, but we were the cast and crew. They just did it themselves. It's the two of them. They wrote it, produced it, directed it, shot it all themselves. And now with everyone shooting on the iPhones, that's beginning popular too. There's actually film festivals, but will only be phones.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy just to think
I
about
know there's
that.
15,000 film festivals worldwide that's under Film Freeway's umbrella. All the ones that we've participated so far with Gatsperilla, Sundance, T-Buff, Fear Fame, and so forth, Gasparilla are all under Fear Fame. They're the ones that house the thing. So if I apply to another film festival, they already have all my works on file. They send it to that respective film festival. It's like I checked out with Boston. You have the chips that you guys need for the filming screening? They said, yep, we got everything. I said, where'd you get it from? Well, when you applied, you sent it in, and they have it on file. They send us a copy. Oh, okay, great. We're good. And they said, Ian, you still going to be on our panel? I said, yep, I'm there. I've been there the whole week. So I'm not coming back until come back on
Wednesday.
on that following Wednesday. Yeah, because the awards are on the 14th, and that's going to be the evening, and then I leave that the next night. Well, actually, I leave noon. It's really ridiculous. I leave 12:30 in the afternoon from Boston Logan. I get into Atlanta at 5. I leave at 10, so I have a 6-hour layover, and then I get into Tampa just after midnight. So anybody want to pick me up from the airport?
What time is it again?
Just after midnight.
I'll be too
gosh,
far.
I'd be sleeping.
Yeah, I'll wake you up. Trust me, I'll wake you up.
Right, Jose, I think you're closer, right?
Yeah, Jose can come. Yeah.
He's like, what?
Hey guys, so I got some good news. Ever since that I started today to invite all the people to Cap Studio, and when I check the numbers of Cap Studio of the followers, we have 5 new followers for Cap Studio.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
Those 5 can bring 5, and those 5 can just grows exponentially. Yeah, definitely.
Right.
It just keeps climbing.
Yeah.
Are they followers on the website for capstudiosflorida.com or through what other means is that, Jose?
Well, I invite them. I send them a invitation on Facebook so they can follow us.
Great.
Yeah.
I think. Do we have? I know that we Cap Studios is active. I don't think we have Nocturnal Spirito's active. Oh no, we do.
No, we do.
We do
Right,
have
but that's
Spirito.
private.
But I haven't checked the recent because I've been so busy with the other one that Dustin put together with Cap Studios Florida, because that's taken off as well. And if we gear those 5 people over to the website and have us as followers, unless we need to develop the page on Facebook like Jose's talking about, can we do that, Flora? I mean, if that's something that's feasible for us to do?
Well, we're going to have to, right? Remember, you had one page already. So you were trying to get the password reset on that sometime back.
That was me?
Yes.
I'm on so many medicines, I forget.
That's okay.
Because
we're not going to
we
do anything
need
until that.
we
Yeah.
need to post new things on Facebook on Cap Studio, because the last post it was in August 31st on 2020.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we need to start staying active.
Yeah, that's
so whatever
that's the
we
one.
initially, then we just share it on that particular page so it gets picked up as well.
Right. Yeah. So we're still kind of developing that,
Ian.
Joshua, as far as where to follow. Except follow Ian, myself, Jose for now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on the website.
I think we need. I have Studio Rhode Island.
Ooh, look at that. We have
Just saying.
You're
Well,
volunteering to do this, Joshua?
I'm open to it.
Yeah.
Open
Okay.
to it. You could be our
There's a
regional
lot
director.
There's a lot of stuff we could do movies in.
That's right. Yeah, we can expand. I mean, that's fine.
I'm totally open.
Yeah.
I think
It's
what we
near
need to
the
do
Harbor.
come up with a specific plan of what some of our objectives would be in the
Right.
course, in the course of what's already going on,
Mhm.
and just kind of see how we can meld that all together, and then give Joshua that leadership, um, separate from Animal Exposition, and then so the people see that we have a presence there in New England. Because I
Yeah.
know people know Cap from Donnie, just being an executive producer financially with us through Boston, but that doesn't mean that he's going to be involved in every project. Because I already know
Mhm.
that I know he want I with some people it's like, well, I would like to invest. I said, well, how much are you willing? They said, well, I could give you 10,000. I said, well, I hate to tell you, but we're in 8 figures now. We're way high 8 figures.
Yeah.
And really, I said, yeah, we've been blessed with a company in Los Angeles that's looking forward, but I want to keep it open. I'm not going to close any door, because if this, I shouldn't say falls through, but if they're going to take their time about things when we need to work on a plan of attack, then I'm willing to adjust my direction to another investor that wants to give us 10 million. That's fine. And then we, build up our LLC, and we're already a C corp as it is. The other thing too, Josh, you might want to look into this, is what film groups are there in Rhode Island and Massachusetts that we can participate with, because there's like, of the 45 that I'm involved in, about 25 of them are all throughout Florida, Miami, Orlando, Jacksonville, here. Oh, that was the other thing too, is Zeta Vandu, who's been in all those movies I told you about. Oh, she was the lead in Mortal Kombat, by the way,
Oh yeah, I
1997.
remember
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
Mark Pellegrini was the casting director, so now he's with us helping to cast Nocturnal Spoto. So, but like I told them, I said, look, we're going to need some less cash, because these people aren't going to work for free. So that's how. But anyway, because of her exposure to Florida during the time we shot on Civil War: America Divided, she came. She and her husband were even looking in Tarpon Springs for a home. They finally decided to settle. They have a house right on the water in Jacksonville. So that's where they're at right now. So I'm
Awesome.
trying to tell her that if she got too close to the water that's stealing the surface, if a hurricane comes through there, she's going to get a mess. I don't know, blow her
Could
or a
be
condor.
bad.
But I said, if you come to Tarpon, you live right next door. It's 42 feet high. You're okay. We'll do that.
Yeah.
So there's all that to consider. But no, she really loves Florida, and she likes to. She takes little movies of it. She was in St. Augustine yesterday, and she was taking pictures of herself while she and her husband were exploring the town. So and I've been
Yeah.
here 7 years, and I've yet to be in St. Augustine. We'll see.
Yeah. That's why I love
Yeah.
it here, like where I'm moving, because like there's so much like history here and so much authenticity of just oldness and like just raw like material to film. And some
Oh,
I
yeah,
just, like
beginning of the nation there.
yeah.
Well, you really do up and down the East Coast. I mean, Florida has its Spanish roots for 500 years. You have the oldest
Mhm.
city in America, Augustine. Then you go up to Georgia, and you got all those colonies that were done before the Revolutionary War. And that goes from all the 13 states up to Massachusetts. And I mean, I've got my great 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 grandfather's buried in Boston, and I think he was around during the 16 or early 1700s. And that's one thing I'm going to do while I'm there. Is I told Donnie, I want to look for that the gravesite of my ancestors that are there in Boston, as some of them came over the main. So both of my dad's mother's side and my dad's father's side. My mother's side came from reservations in Indian and black slavery on my mother's side, and Mexicans, and with a little bit of Irish, but and French
That's
Canadian, but
cool.
the rest of them were all New Englanders. They settled in Chicago, and then they moved to California. So that's where we're at. But yeah, I could see us having a regional director up there in good old Rhode Island, and having up the New England sector for Cap Studios. That brings a lot more recognition when you've got an additional thing. It's something we'll have to talk about off the podcast. So we'll talk about responsibilities and goals and stuff. And Floor and Jose, if you've got some ideas you want to throw me into Jose regarding to that, to see how that can be developed with his
Yeah.
extra time that he has, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We'll have to go ahead and do it off the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it off podcast. We'll do a Zoom call. Not
Yeah.
tonight, probably
Yeah.
this next week, or even when Jose or Joshua and I are together in Boston next week.
Yeah.
A chance to look things over, and then we can Zoom you and Jose and Dustin next week while he and I are together in Boston,
Yeah.
Harbor.
Would love to have you.
John, some ideas that
Awesome.
are popping up. You think about Cap Studios up there. What are some of the things you're envisioning?
Say that again.
I said, with you being a potential regional director for and coordinator up there in New England for Cap Studios, what would be some of the type of the things that you would envision for Cap Studios as a whole, and what you can participate in doing for us and with us?
I think like just capturing your cinema. I'm all about the beautifulness of creating a story about something new and potential and something that will capture people's eyes. You know what I mean? Something in that, and like in an area where people are like, "Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Look at that place. You know, that place has potential. That place, you know, I've been there, you know, just people where people just like you know, because like in movies anymore, like you don't get the awe factor that much as we used to. Like Back to the Future, all the old 80s, like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. Like, oh my gosh, that thing went to the future. This did that. Like, there's so much potential that we could go back to, like, back to where it all began, you know? And
Kind of like a location manager.
Well,
yeah,
more location manager, because he's got visions of storylines or potential
Right.
stories to be done in that region,
Yeah.
utilize local landscapes
Right.
that
Yeah.
are
yeah,
well known or haven't been exposed to the general public. I think people
Right.
really got a true look at Rhode Island when they saw me, myself, and Irene, because Jim Carrey played a Rhode Island state trooper, you know, and
yep,
they went around all the familiar places. That
Right.
was that was that was the thing I wanted to capture. Just to, I don't keep reverting back to Velvet Hammer, but it's very quintessential. Is that in the opening scene we've got that drone shot that really kind of gives, people have said that opening scene in the credits is very epic, and that's what helps to set the tone. So when they
yeah,
get into the Western town, they accept it. I mean, it was like I think we shared this the other day, was at the Saints and Sinners on the Saints night when we were watching Velvet Hammer, and there was a group of women that were sitting behind us. And they've been watching movies all day, and ours came on about 7 o'clock at night. And John Clark, who played Mr. Stenson in the movie, was sitting in front of us, and he said, the little old ladies in the opening scene of Velvet Hammer, the hand shot, the credits are rolling, and the lady turns and goes, "Wow, this is really epic. This is like a real movie."
mm,
And John and I kind of laughed. Well,
Right.
I want to give the impression is, yeah, if you're going to see a Cap Studios production, it's not going to be some schmaltzy two-bit, $5,000 budget movie. We're going to make the most. It cost me 26,000. I officially 20,000 just to stay in the micro budget with SAG, but it was kind of like I wanted to make the best from what we got, and I got the talent. I
yeah,
got the talent crew. Tammy did a fantastic job DPing with her crew of people I've worked with before, and then of course editing. She just threw her magic pixie dust on it, and she's up for best cinematographer for Boston Film Festival because
that's awesome.
yeah, it goes to the production, but if it goes for best cinematography, that goes to Tammy. She did all that. But she
Yeah,
believed in the project. Saw what the material that we had the year before, which was that the actors, oh, it's so hot and everything. Well, that was when we first shot it in 22 in July, and it was unbearably hot. We had a couple actors got heat stroke and so forth. They seem to forget that we reshot it 2 days in February, 2 days in May, when it wasn't so bad, and it was around Tammy's schedule. So we shot 4 days, but very comfortable days. And we even had a little bit of a rainstorm in between for 45 minutes, and that went away, and we were continued shooting. But yeah, so she believed in it, even mixed of all the malfunctioning of the cameras, the what do you call the what's it called, um the timing, the focus, the camera lenses were, the humidifier was mystifying inside, so we weren't getting clear shots at all. And Tammy goes, there's nothing this material I can use. She goes, I'll
yeah,
tell you what, I'll shoot it for you. I believe in this project so enough that I'll do it. And I go, oh, you sure? She goes, yeah, but I got to be paid. And I went, okay. So I said, can you give me the Ian Stevens rate? She said, sure. So part of that 20,000, went to her and for editing and so forth. And we were able to, get it done. And she did a fantastic job. And Tammy's so humble and gun shy. She's like, what I don't want to, overstep my. So I told her the other day. I said, "Well, we're up for best cinematography for the film festival." She says, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, that's you, girl. That's not me. I just directed cinematography. That's you." And so she goes, "Oh, that's so cool." So
That's
she got off the
awesome.
phone. She went and went, "Neener, neener, neener."
That's
So
awesome.
we'll talk about how that's how to be developed on that. So if you guys have any thoughts and processes and stuff and making things happen, and the key ingredient I think is that we stay within the framework of Cap Studios, our motto, take a risk, make a difference, that kind of stuff, and everything else in between. So that looks really good for us, that we just stay on focus for that. And then I'll mention that to Dustin too, that we want to look to branch out. So he'll be on top of if we decide that that's one of the things we can do, that we'll bring Joshua in on our team, and then start make a major announcement once things are in place. It kept has representation, not only in Massachusetts with our producer Jackie Seymour, but our new regional director that's helping to handle the New England area for pre-production and development and production itself there in New England with Joshua Adia. How do you pronounce your last name? Is it Adia?
Adila, right?
Adila or
Yeah.
Adia?
Well, easier reference, it's Idilla, but Idia is actually how you say
Right, like Padilla, because my great grandmother's maiden name was
it. Quesadilla.
Padilla.
Quesadilla.
You're gonna
Pancho Villa.
get us hungry now, Josh.
What's that?
I said I'm gonna start getting hungry. Don't be mentioning that.
Oh,
It's been a long day.
I gotta get up and heat up. I'm definitely gonna eat it. Lacey and I went to Chili's today, so neither one of us could eat our meal, so we split it up. So we told we would eat our stuff at nighttime. So I'm gonna definitely munch it on before I go to bed.
All right.
Well, thanks,
That's awesome.
Joshua. For your time, man. Is there any more questions you got? We got a few more minutes here before we gotta go. Anything else that
We're
pops up today, Floor? Anything that what you guys want to cover tonight in the last couple of minutes here?
Well, just the fact that we do need to promote, of course, the Boston Film Festival that's coming up.
Yep.
We thank you, for having us on air tonight to talk about the team, and we do need, of course, like I said, a couple other people. We're going to have to talk, right? What we need. So maybe like scouting for someone else for productions, possibly, Ian, as well.
Well, I think right. Well, it depends where we're at with productions. I mean, I think I don't
Yeah.
want to get up more than we can chew. We've got a lot on our plate with this movie and then Danny and Danny's movie, which I can't discuss right now, and that's got a lot of heavy hitters. And that we're just producing that show.
Yeah.
Their production staff and their actors, a lot of A-listers attached to that already. They'll be doing hopefully that in May or June in West Virginia, and
Yeah.
I'll be on site as an on-site producer during filming. We're just basically financing it for them through my connections.
Yeah.
So, Cap Studios production along with Magic Bean Productions, which is their company. But I guess we would just kind of have to filter that out to see if we have a development department.
Yeah.
That way we can frame up and have people submit projects to us,
Right.
and then a production company to say, well, we now have a development department, and that can so the four of us looking at a particular script. Can we do it? Is it within a budget? Is it feasible? We're constantly having to be administrators, which is something I myself don't really want to be.
Mhm.
I'd rather be a kind of an on-hands producer as far as crew and cast and stuff, and leave if we need have someone like you, Floor, or someone else who wants to help us with administrative aspects, a little bit with the marketing, like with Jose, to see where we're at with projects as they come in, to see how many we want to keep going, if we want to do television, if we want to do a series or a TV movie. Because right now we're at Velvet Hammer is to grow from a proof of concept to a TV movie for 2 hours, not a series.
Mhm.
Too much involved, and I wouldn't be able to break away to do the other movies. Then we've got Velvet Hammer to bring that up, and then we've got Nocturnal Spirito, which is one I've been wanting to do the last 6-7 years to finally get that going, get that locked into place, and make that happen, and have that released a year from this next Halloween, and then or the June of 27, and then we've got my big one, which is Rescued Innocence, and that's definitely a Kevin Costner, Brad Pitt type movie where I'd let them play the leads, and it's we're looking at $50+ million, shooting all around Tampa. So it'll be all that. Maybe we can do a couple of things where if we can, we got productions where we can do up in Rhode Island or Massachusetts and utilize their by shooting a couple of days up there to take advantage of their tax incentives. Joshua, do me a favor. I'm going to give you a little bit of homework. Check to see what the tax incentives are in Rhode Island and what are some of the requirements that we need for that.
Okay.
If we get the steps out of the way, then we know where we can draw, because I already know what it consists of for here in Florida, and then where we're at in Massachusetts and where we're at in West Virginia, which are very high. They're both at 31%. Here it's 10%, but if I dangle a carrot, they could raise the level at Pinellas County, Hillsborough County, Manatee, and Sarasota. So if we do multiple shots in with one movie, we could probably gain more incentives with that and be a forefront in Film Florida. So Film Florida is actually looking for a spokesperson, which it's a paid position, but it's very simple, very easy. If you see that on Facebook, if you guys want to throw my hat in the ring, I told them that I was interested, and one or two other filmmakers said, yeah, ENC would be good. So it would be head of the film commissioners group, overseeing the film festivals, making sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to do. It's an easy job. It's something I've done when I worked at Universal. So it's something that I kind of already know how to do it, and it's relatively easy. But they just basically want a spokesperson, talk, and represent all of Florida with Film Florida, which is different than Film Freeway. So we just represent our beautiful not Golden State, that's California, the Sunshine State. So, well, Mr. Padilla, thank you for having us on. Was there any final thoughts, Flora, that you want to say, or Jose? Do you guys want to?
Just thank you again for having us. I mean, I hope that we can do this.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you for coming on the show, because I see a lot of opportunities coming up here, because so much great stuff is going to happen. I really believe that. And I'm a firm believer in just big things, seeing the bigger picture. So literally on the screen. So
you can start to develop, Joshua, is that start keeping your ear for those people that want to invest in projects in your area. Mm-hmm. If they know that Rhode Island is going to be a complete backdrop for a particular film, where are their people? Where are the company? If they have an idea or they want to invest, because since now it's the way of the independent, people who for the last 20 years say, well, I want there, if I can get my little Susie in there, or just to do that, I can say that I've been a producer of a movie, and they can be living in Texas or Rhode Island, whatever. Rhode Island's a very rich state. I know it is. So is Connecticut. Yeah. So, if you can do a little bit of legwork and find out for us, and that introduces us to some people with deep pockets in the Rhode Island, Connecticut area, then there's commission there for you. So there's ready-made money that I immediately sign off on for any work that just for mere introduction. But since you're part of the team, you be compensated accordingly. But again, you're bringing awareness to those people you just talked about who want to do movies in Rhode Island and using Rhode Island as a beautiful backdrop, or Connecticut, or I would probably say for now you got the 3 states covered. Because if you think, unless you think that's too much, what do you think?
No, that's good.
You think you can cover 3 states? All right, we're
got
good.
it.
All right, he's got it. All right, well then we'll talk.
Go home.
Touch base next week, and I'll be in touch with you, Josh, before I leave, so we kind of hook up and meet up and everything, and then we'll probably go to coffee house and talk more business, and we'll Zoom in. Well, not Zoom. I hate Zoom, but put Floor, Dustin, and Jose on it, and then make a formal announcement and what we're going to do and what our objective is. I just don't want to throw out, say, well, welcome Joshua Dia to Cap Studios, and he'll be.
Maybe we could do Boston Harbor.
There you go.
I want to.
Boston Harbor. We'll do a live.
I love that.
No, someone's reality. That's tough to do.
We're gonna have to practice our accents here.
Well, we just need to have John on list, or talk to Joshua. He's out there going to Possum Haben, ya Harvard water. And then when you got Jose with a Spanish accent, that's really going to be. I'm going to say,
Hey,
what the harbor.
hey, trust me, I never been in Boston before,
Beautiful city. A lot of it.
so I need
A lot of history there.
I need a tour guide.
Yeah, there you go. Tour guide.
Or Donnie. Donnie would be good. There. But yeah, if you want to all that kind of stuff, then we can really make it happen. But yeah, so Josh, do some research, finding out who are people that have made some inquiries regarding wanting to get involved with film production, who got deep pockets, and then we can match up projects to them as well, whether they're short projects, long projects, or TV projects.
All right.
Yeah, or anybody listening with deep pockets,
Yeah.
Exactly. Call.
Anybody out there listening and you want us to produce your project, you're with an award team, you're with an award-winning production company for the last 5 years. A lot of accolades, a lot of laurels with congratulations of the different places we've been shown with the last 3 programs, whether it's been The Challenge, Uncivil War, America Divided, or Velvet Hammer, and with the upcoming production of Nocturnal Spirits. So we're open to the idea. We're not leaving all of our money focused on LA because you always got to have a backup plan. So if there's anybody in New England that wants to consider participating at a healthy investment, please come talk to us or talk to Joshua Adia or myself, Ian Stevens, or Jose Dieguez. Is that how you pronounce the last name?
Yeah.
Dieguez, yeah.
Or Flora Torrance. So we're all on Facebook, and reach out to us, and we'll do what we can. Joshua, thanks again, my man. Appreciate it.
All right.
Hey guys, thank you
Thanks.
everybody for
All
watching.
right. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
I'll be
Everybody,
in touch
have
before
Easter, by the way.
I'll be in touch with Josh before Wednesday, so
Easter.
we can match up.
All right. Take
Awesome.
care.
All right, guys, be good.
Take care,
All
guys.
right.
Happy Easter.
Peace.
All right, guys, and have a good night.
Have a
You
good
too.
night. Bye.
Lights on. Dark Realm TV. Coming soon.